Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Australian NASCAR Truck Series powered by CT Electrical. Tonight, it's Auto Club Speedway here in the Truck Series. A lot of high-risk, high-reward action here tonight. About 200 mile an hour all the way around this high-banked, D-shaped oval. I am joined in the booth with Wesley Outland and Dean Hopton running the cameras behind the scenes, and can't wait to see what these guys bring to the track on the new updated oval at Auto Club. Wes, how are you doing this morning?
Well, let's clarify. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here in America for us, but it is nighttime for the Aussie mates and mateys of the world, just after 8 p.m. Australian Eastern time for them. And a lot of people that I've talked with are glad we are off the road courses. They're ready to get back on the ovals. Auto Club, 2 miles, fun place. Let's get it going, buddy. Good morning.
Starting P number 1 is going to be Dave O. Second is going to be Kute Dow. Row number 2 is going to be Brad Newman and Jason Holdsworth on the outside row number 2. Row number 3, you're going to see the number 19 of Brad Wright, and 6th is going to be Dave Douglas in that Nitro entry. 7th is going to be Keith Hackney and Tom Freer in P number 8. Row number 5 in your top 10 is going to be Josh Micklemore and Angus Lawford.
Moving on to row number 6 on the grid, it will be Chris Bleakley, followed by Trent Lavelle. CT Electrical, by the way, sponsoring the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. Jacob O'Reilly for Vermillion and Clayton Davies to the outside at row number 7. Row number 8 on the grid, AWR, that's Aaron Dorman and the privateer of Aaron Borg alongside. Row 9 here at Auto Club will find Vortex, Scott Rankin, and Vermillion's Blaine Dinsley. Top 20 on the grid. There they are for Simbor. It is the team of Troy Davidson and Vermillion's Ben Faulkner. They start 20th.
21st is going to be Jared Gilbert and David Lawler, another Project 36 entry. 23rd and 24th is going to be Nigel Siddell and Riley Curtis representing Nitro Racing. 25th is going to be the 1997 of Braden Sagasser. 27th is going to be Matt Danson, and 28th is going to be Sam Chapman. 29th is going to be Griffin Gardner and Tim O'Blundell. Green, green, green. Rounding out your top 30.
So there's your top 30. And is there any others in the big? Yes, there is. Andy Barber, Randy Ryan Barber, Aaron Robb, Jamie Davis, Chooch, Brandon Griffiths, Jamie Davis, 40 Mitchell, Kelvin Clark, 37 truck. Just took the green at Auto Club, and we got a race, ladies and gentlemen.
Already, everybody's just going to hurry up and try to get as much position as they can going down into turns number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, they're going to be 3, even possibly 4 wide, but it's all going to be the number 55 taking the race lead as of right now. But look at them all scattered all the way around the racetrack, West. 30 laps the distance for stage number 1. Not going to have to worry about pitting at the end of the stage number 1. I did a little bit of racing here this week. A lot of high horsepower, or a lot of high speeds going into each and every single corner. The air is definitely going to be a major factor for a lot of these drivers coming here tonight.
By the way, the new update is the Ram. The Ram is here now. The Dodge Ram is a part of the iRacing platform. So new, they don't have the Ram logo on our diamond and scoring. I will tell you, though, as they come to the line, Keith Hackney's in a Dodge, Brad Wright is in one, Clayton Davies, got Griffin Gardner. So what, 5 of the 37 trucks are running Dodge?
Yeah, those trucks, Wes, are actually very cool looking, especially out here on the racetrack. It's good to see Dodge Ram making its entry back into the NASCAR Truck Series as we take a nice little look at Keith Hackney running that Dodge Ram, looking down to the inside of Angus Lawford to the number 52. They're going to be 3 wide coming off turns number 3 and 4. Keith Hackney making his way around this track, getting his track position as quickly as he possibly can. But it's a tire-eating track, Wes. You got to kind of take care of those tires. You're going to see a lot of these drivers run the bottom, use that grip as quick as they possibly can towards the end of stage number 1, Wes. You're going to see them migrate up to that wall, get as much of the grip as they possibly can. And once they go up top, you're not going to be able to get that position away.
I think you're exactly right, man, right? Just kind of hold in line, stay there, enjoy the moment. Coupe Dale there. Hey, there's some new graphics. What do you think of that? Nigel saw it with the X Series on Tuesday, Dylan, and now we're seeing the opportunity to look at it with the trucks now here.
Yeah, I was very fortunate enough to catch the broadcast on Tuesday, and I seen the graphics. Like, oh, that's actually a pretty nice little. That was an actual nice little update that SDK ended up giving us here for the broadcast side. Obviously having Shane Van Gisbergen on the Xfinity side getting the win at Phoenix, and then seeing him in actual racing, see if he just could do the exact same thing. Is about to be 4 wide. I'm going to go ahead and go down to 3 wide racing. And Wes, this is what I was talking about, the 3 to 4 wide racing all the way around this racetrack. You can do it. It's going to get a little bit tighter as the racing goes on.
Yeah, really fun place here, man. Auto Club Speedway, though closed down now, it brings wide racing grooves and tire strategy into play, obviously. And it's the next stop for the NASCAR iRacing Truck Series Showdown with the Australian NASCAR Truck Series presented by CT Electrical. This race tonight is 125 laps. First stage to lap 30. Then we go another 30 laps in stage 2. And then that final stage for 65 laps. It's going to be a good one. Right now, we're 5 in. And Newman is leading for Lob Sport. This is the guy that brought Shane Van Gisbergen in on Tuesday for his truck win at Phoenix.
Yeah, and watching Shane and Brad Newman work together, that was actually a pretty cool sight to see. Brad throwing blocks to keep him up front. You never see Brad do that. You never do it. But Brad, being a team player, helped him out.
Crazy, wasn't it?
It was actually pretty crazy. I did thoroughly enjoy watching the broadcast, seeing everybody going out there. And, I said something about last week, me possibly being down in the racetrack this week here at Auto Club to get some racing in. Just wasn't my time to do it this week. So hopefully if there's another week that I'm able to do it, I'm able to get down into the back of the truck. But Wesley, you're on the back of the truck.
Oh my God.
You're hugging Miss Piggy. Kermit's going to get mad.
Find yourself somebody to love it.
Ooh, you're making Kermit mad. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. There it is. Keith Hackney told me he was gonna. Keith Hackney said, Wesley, I'm gonna go in your. I'm gonna start to recon your social media. And he took one of my pictures and he has morphed it into that. Phenomena. Hey, I'm one of the members of the Muppet family. I'm not mad about it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, That is, oh man, the things that people can do with Photoshop and everything that they need to do to get around everything. That's actually is really
Especially
cool.
on the back of a truck hugging Miss Piggy. Boy, Kermit's gonna come kick my you know what, you know. What
Yeah,
are you
Kermit's not
in the
liking
best
you hugging
Kermit
Miss
verse?
Piggy, man.
What are you doing hugging my piggy girl? I
As
want
we
to
had
play
all the
Genesis
fun and
moment.
excitement going on, we had a little bit. We had a little bit of a battle there, but now Brad Newman's still up in the race lead, but Braden Sagasser all the way up to the outside wall, going to tag it just a little bit. Not going to be able to get clear of Brad Newman. He's going to sit down in P number 3, and now they're back to side by side battling for the race lead.
Is that not cool or what? Sagasser started 23rd. He's up to second, climbing. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the damn what do you call it? The hitchhiker on the Price is Right. Yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the what is the name of the
You know what I'm
game?
talking about, right? Yeah, exactly. We're both fault.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've watched The Price is Right, but yeah, that's a perfect.
Cliffhanger?
Is it called The Cliffhanger?
The Cliffhanger? Price is Right? Yeah. Yeah, Cliffhanger. Yeah, Cliffhanger. It's called The Cliffhanger. Yeah, Bob Barker. It's a Cliffhanger. It's called The Cliffhanger Game.
Back down to 3 wide down into turns number 3 and 4. Dave-O gets collected. He's going to be able to save it. There's still 3 wide. There goes Sagasser around. The first caution flag is going to be out of the race.
No.
Not going to hit anybody. He's going to be able to get that Silverado flipped back on around. Even better not to hit anyone or nobody hit him. He didn't even touch the wall. Just, man, that West, that's what I was talking about. This racetrack's going to get a little bit tight, and we've seen it there coming out of turns number 3 and 4.
Unbelievable caution out. First time of the race. And look at this. Trying to go 3 wide. Sagasser, a victim from Dave-O. Our South Carolina driver, Dave Olgienzak. And then Faulkner turned the left rear of the night, 1997, and around goes Sagasser. All that momentum that Braden Sagasser had, gone. He climbed all the way from 20. I mean, he went up, he climbed 23 spots. And there he goes. He just took a dive.
He's going.
He was climbing. It was yada 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 yada. Oh man!
So with Auto Club coming through turns number 3 and 4, especially down in 3 and 4, it's extremely loose. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think right there, Sagasser just tried to get back on the throttle just to kind of get away from it. And when he goosed it, that's what ended up having the back end come on around just a little bit. You can see the 3-1-1 and Sagasser kind of get together.
Dave-O and Faulkner got together first, and then wow, okay, man, Sagasser lost it on his own. It looks like, yeah. Ben Sagasser lost it on his own Dylan. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Yeah, turns 3 and 4 are very tricky. You got to really ease your way into your throttle all the way off the corner, and if you get a little bit too daring, that's exactly what you're going to end up seeing. You're going to see drivers go from the bottom all the way up to the top trying to chase their vehicles, and it was just wrong place, wrong time for Ben Faulkner there as Sagasser was getting loose. He tried getting out of it to not hit Sagasser, but in all reality, I'm kind of glad he did get to tap the number 97 to kind of help him spin down the racetrack so he didn't have to overcorrect in front of all the traffic and collect anybody else. So nice little bit of damage for the number 97 to fix, but I'd rather fix probably 45 seconds worth of damage over
Dylan,
20 minutes.
Principal Outland is calling Keith Hackney to the principal's office right now. He needs to explain himself. We're under caution. Maybe the next caution, Keith Hackney will pop in. I know we don't normally talk to these guys, but by God Almighty, you need to explain yourself, Georgia boy. Look at this. I mean, I thought he was going to do something cool with my face. I mean, for some people, I guess that is cool. But for me, man, yeah, I promise you, I did nothing wrong. And you know what that is? Yeah, she's shaking my man pecs, man. Look at she's
Hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do in that situation. I'm kind of glad it's you and not me.
That's the AI version of me, not the real me.
See, now, if Keith grabbed a picture of me, all he'd have to do is just look up the Mr. Clean Man on the internet, and he's got him.
It's like that's my daddy. As we get ready for a restart, is what my daddy used to always tell me. You know, Miss Piggy's a fat woman, right? She's a biggie one. My daddy used to always tell me big women need loving too. So, you know.
That is true.
A little oink oink here and a oink oink there.
But getting ready to go back green is going to be Newman and Ben Faulkner on the front row. Third is going to be Jason Holdsworth with Blaine Densley. And P number 4 with Dave O. rounding out your top 5. Pace truck going to take that hard left hander into the pit lane. The restart going to be all on the number 1 machine down on the inside. He's got the green when he's able to. As of right now, going into the restart zone. Back to racing here at Auto Club. Going to get these drivers back up the full song. And don't be surprised, Wes, if we start seeing 3 wide going up to turns number 1 and 2 as Brad Newman. Beautiful restart as 4 wide into turns number 1 and 2. That's exactly what I was talking about. Everybody just trying to get where they can, get the clean air. They don't want to be stuck behind all this traffic. The 6 and 8 going to be side by side as Keith Hackney Jr. trying to make his way all the way up to the front.
3 wide. Dave O get around Dinsley. And of course, look at now Keith Hackney up on the high side. Whoa, trying to thread the needle. Don't damage Piggy and I. This is what you gotta love about this place, right? I mean, 3-4 wide racing. This is a really exciting track. Look at these awesome camera angles up top. I believe that's with Holdsworth.
Right up in front of Scott Rankin. Scott Rankin's going to go down to the inside. He's going to have the run on Jason Holdsworth, but it's not going to play good for the number 59 machine. The outside is going to have the momentum, but down to the inside, Keith Hackney, the Georgia boy with Wes on the back. He's going to take the lead, but a caution is out once again. Happened further back in the back. Get another little headshot of West and Miss Piggy. But
Go back
what
to the end of my
ends up happening.
nightmares. I'm going to have nightmares about being in the band of Mana. And Miss Piggy's going to be my groupie chick in the band, right? Yeah, there it is. Look, yeah. Look at the smile on my face. I feel violated. Does Miss Piggy feel violated, or should I feel violated, Dylan? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say, you know, she's popping a feel. You know, everything's above the clothing. But it just sits right now getting a nice little replay courtesy of CT Electrical. Just 3 wide gone wrong. Vermilion Esports driver, the triple deuce. With Braden Sagaster getting involved once again. Is a hard impact for the triple deuce. As everybody. Oh, Wes, for the first time here tonight, we got memorabilia down at the pit road entrance.
We got memorabilia.
You get your autograph from the 222. As we see here, the 221 and the 50 get together. They're going to slide up the racetrack to touch Houghton. Houghton's going to get in the outside wall, collect Braden Sagaster. And for that Vermilion Esports driver in the or Jacob O'Reilly, excuse me, in the triple deuce. He's going to keep it up against the wall. It isn't going to come down in front of all the traffic. He's going to have a lot of damage to repair on that triple two.
I mean, hold all John Hancocks until the end of the night, please. Till the end of the session. Hey, look and see. Look, and Dylan, look. I mean, Miss Biggie's married too. Look at this. Yeah, there he is.
I mean, if you really want to be technical, Wes, she's got a ring on, and you got a ring on too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we friggin' eloped. We were in Vegas on we were. Oh wow!
So I got Wes for Miss Piggy, and then they went to Vegas.
Girls, baby, what you got? Well, take your choice, okay?
And they got married by Elvis Presley.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was great. The seafood buffet was great. The open public seafood buffet. People had their hands in everything, literally. And there was my minister. There was my priest. Y'all take care, brush your hair. Instead of him saying kiss the bride, it was y'all take care, brush your hair. Well, guess what? Miss Piggy ain't got no hair.
That is a perfect presentation of me up in the top right corner of your guys' screen right now.
I was just about to say you're not clean unless you're definitely clean, but that's got nothing to do with the bald-headed guy.
Nope, that'll be all me, Mr. Wes. Yeah, take care, brush hair, scrub the toilet, do what you got to do. Mr. Clean, I get it done, okay?
Take care of all of your needs.
While we have the time under caution, we're going to go ahead and bring up the standings. After Long Beach, so far it's going to be Keith Hackney in the race lead, Josh Micklemore in second, Griffin Gardner in third, Kute Dow in fourth. Fifth is going to be Ryan Barber. Sixth is going to be Brad Newman. Seventh is going to be Tom Freer. Eighth, Jacob O'Reilly. Ninth is going to be Chris Bleakley. And 10th is going to be Aaron Borg. And Keith Hackney having a 46-point lead over fellow teammate Josh Micklemore in that Nitro Racing camp. And, I mean, Wes, even after that first road course of the season, the points are still kind of tight.
Absolutely, and there it is, man. And remember, there's no win and you're in, right? There's no playoffs win and you're in format anymore. It's going through the grind of the season to get to the chase. And that's a look at it right now. Your top 20. By the way, the Australian NASCAR Truck Series presented by CT Electrical. Wrapping up our second caution. There's about 10 laps remaining in stage one. Over 105 remaining as they come back to green here at Auto Club. Man, I miss this place, Dylan.
Oh, yeah, so do I, especially with the amount of racing that Auto Club provided throughout the years. And let's talk about that beautiful restart by the two Nitro drivers down on the inside. Davo reading that restart perfectly. I know these two have been working together a lot during the official series on iRacing. They've ran together a lot. They know what each other wants and likes to do. But now Davo says, you know what, Keith, I don't want you to keep leading and getting more points. He was looking down on the inside. He's not going to be able to take it. He's going to look to the outside now of a Keith Hackney. As you can see it there, 170 mile an hour down the backstretch. Coming off turns number 3 and 4, he's going to get right back up on the back bumper. He's going to hit 190 possibly going into turns number 1 and 2. As hit 191 going into turns number 1 and 2. Davo running the top, and this is what I was talking about. You're going to start running the top. That's the defensive line around Auto Club. Keith Hackney still running the bottom. Look at the momentum that Davo is going to have coming off too.
Hey, you're exactly right, and look at this, man. Davo pushing the Nitro, number 6 of my truck. Miss Piggy got scared. Just hold me tight. Hold me tight, Miss Piggy. George's Hackney there on the inside. Look at them now. Look at now Scott Rankin up there. There's Newman. Brad Newman.
Luckily, Wes, we don't really have to worry about pit stops in the first 2 stages, as 30 laps are going to be the distance for stage number 1, and then lap 60 will be stage number 2. The last stage, 65 laps. You're going to see two pit stops to make the entirety of the race, unless these guys can save a little bit of gas. Not leading, but kind of staying in the draft, let somebody else get up there and lead at some laps. Is Scott Rankin still trying to find a way around Brad Newman. Brad Newman's going to slide up in front of Scott Rankin, not going to let him have the position. Top 6 going to be single file. Top 7 now going to be single file, and everybody going to try to get in the line, get in the rhythm, and to see if this first stage is going to end on the green. As Dave-O still up top trying to get around the number 6.
He really is, man. What a sight to see right now as we watch him one more time working back around. At start finish, there it is, a little push, a little pop again there. Dave-O and Hackney. By the way, those are your U.S. guys like we are. Our buddy Dylan McDonald is in Indiana. I'm in North Carolina. USA time right now is 5:31 Eastern Standard Time. It is 8:31 Australian Standard Time where they are right now. So yeah,
and already you can see just the different types of racing all the way in and through the field. Just along a line of cars all the way in and through, as we got Wes and Miss Pig, and then we got his grandkid Dave-O right behind trying to follow, see what these drivers can do. Jason Holdsworth all the way up by the outside wall trying to get a little bit more position on the racetrack.
You know, you're the one that's supposed to have the birthday. You know, I like, yeah, hey, Dylan, people seen up and had a birthday. Yeah, well, I told him he could use my face. I know he's going to put Piggy on there. He will explain himself. Yes. Oh, look at Holdsworth and Rankin. Oh, baby, this is going on for 5th.
Scott Rankin got on the wall just a little bit. Going to kill the momentum of the number 8 machine. He's going to dip behind Ben Faulkner once again. Scott Rankin down to the inside. It looks like Scotty Rankin's got a little bit of damage on that right rear quarter panel. Not what you want to see on that back end of that Toyota Tundra. Going to be a little bit more looser than normal, as Scott Rankin going to lose 2 positions coming out of turns number 3 and 4. He got a little bit tail happy as he's going to lose a lot of time on that number 8 machine. The 8 going to slide and drift into the outside wall. He's going to be able to keep the speed up, but here comes Tom Freer. Tom Freer on that number 41, but Brad Newman trying to put his hat in the game here on these top 2, trying to look and see what he can do with only 4 laps to go in stage number 1.
What a fast stage, right, man? This thing is flying by, and a couple of cautions, not anything serious. And look at Brad Newman for Live Z Sports. By the way, that was Shane Van Gisbergen from Trackhouse that actually picked up his 13th career Australian NASCAR win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. And right now, it is Newman who, as we mentioned, and Brad, I mentioned this on the broadcast, Dylan, Brad Newman was blocking. He was blocking. I'd never seen Newman do that ever. He was blocking, though, for Shane Van Gisbergen. I know he wanted to win the race, but he was also protecting SVG. I'm sorry. Even Dylan McDonald said he's seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely one thing to, block and help somebody get the race win. But as a racer, deep down, you want to sit there and say that, hey, you know what? I can beat a NASCAR racer in iRacing as well. But it looks like Brad Newman was not able to get that done on Tuesday night. But he's looking for redemption here tonight, as he's going to get past Dave-O. Going to split these 2 drivers up with 2 laps to go in stage number 1. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, though, Wes. Keith Hackney is going to run the bottom. You don't want to have the dirty air on the front nose of that Chevy Silverado. Do you run the top trying to gain more time, or are you just going to kind of follow in the tire tracks and try to set them up for a last lap pass?
Very true. Makes perfect sense as well, yeah. And time is running out, as you mentioned. Final lap, stage number 1. Keith Hackney in front. Brad Newman, Dave-O, 3 Toyota. Hey, by the way, that's one of the new Dodges. One of the Ram. Nothing runs like a Ram. Here he goes. Did he hold on? Hackney's going to do it. Here comes the Ram off turn 4. Coming to the line. Welcome back, Dodge, to iRacing in the Australian NASCAR X Series. Trucks. And Ram and Hackney win stage 1. Look at that. What a way to represent Wesley and Miss Piggy. At least my face, at least my face getting fondled by Miss Piggy is a winning truck there, Dylan. Is gotta find a positive from a negative.
I love you, Wesley. Kermit doesn't have a chest like this.
Oh. Man pecs indeed, Dylan. There you go. I'm never going to give any of these guys, I'm never going to give any of you ever, I'm never going to give any of y'all ever permission again to morph my face. Because, I messed up. That's all I can say. I thought Keith Hackney was going to do something cool. But, I guess it is cool. Nitro, by the way, stage 1 winner at Auto Club. Mana. Mana. That's one of the guys from the band. Yeah. Or is that Grover? That damn sure ain't Elmo unless he was anorexic.
That is it. That is Elmo.
So Elmo gets Piggy, and then I get the seconds. There you go. Look at Elmo. Elmo all decked out, man. He's pimping, man. I know half the truck, man. I'm loving it. Look at that, man. I have to take a screenshot of this stuff. This is going to be in the memory banks of my life. If I die, this is going to be one of the pictures at the funeral. Oh, it's all good and fun. Ram, a stage win for the Australian NASCAR Truck Series presented by CT Electrical. First one ever, yes. A history moment. And my face is on the truck. Here we go. They're coming down pit road.
4 tires and fuel going to be for everybody out here getting ready to start stage number 2. Elmo, Miss Piggy, and Wes getting ready to go down to the pit lane, get 4 fresh good ears, get some full tank of fuel, and to see where he ends up coming out. As you see, everybody, all 37 trucks down in the pit lane. This is where the struggle is. You had stage number 1. You figured out who's going to be the dominant cars of the race. You already know Dave O and Keith Hackney Jr. and Braden Sagasser, if he can get that truck completely fixed. You've seen him go 23 positions from the back to the front. Who is going to have enough to get around to Keith Hackney and keep him behind? Is Jacob O'Reilly, black flag for the triple deuce, going to have to go back around and see what exactly his issue is going to be? Maybe speeding on pit road. There might be a drive-through.
Keith Hackney is avoiding me, guys. So I'm trying to track him down on social media at 5:30 in the morning on Facebook. And I said, dude, what the hell? LOL. Really? Me, Miss Piggy, a relationship?
It would have made it even better if he had Kermit on the back of the deck lid with a radio.
Perfect, man. Yeah.
With a radio up above.
Yes. Yeah, me and Miss Piggy, and put Miss Piggy in the middle, Kermit on one side, and me on the other. That'll be that's a nice morning sandwich. Keith Hackney responded back and he said, I told you I was, you just didn't know what it was going to be.
Jared Gilbert going into pit lane this time by.
Third pilot services says Wesley ease up. What does ease up mean? What do you mean? I'm hugging Miss Piggy in the virtual world right now. We got trucks on pit road.
All by a little bit of a change up in the racing order as of right now. It's going to be Dave O with the race lead, Hackney in second, Dave Douglas in third, Brad Newman in fourth, Jason Holdsworth in fifth, Kute Dal in 6th, Tom Freer all the way up to P number 7, Josh Micklemore in 8th, Riley Curtis in 9th, and Aaron Borg running out your top 10. So almost all of the Nitro drivers in the top 10. Brandon Chooch Griffith up 20 positions as of so far. Started at 16th. He's in 16th as of right now. Gained 20 positions as it sits right now. So biggest mover going to be Chooch Griffith in the number Project 36 entry.
Jason Holdsworth, by the way, for Team Nitro, is the all-time starter of NASCAR now. Of the Australian NASCAR series. This is career start 181 for him. Join Barber and Blundell with career starts 180 tonight. But Holdsworth is the all-time leader, 5-1. Back in third, fourth. We are back to the green at Auto Club. This is stage 2, and look at the restart. We're 3 wide already.
Yeah, Brad Newman getting stuck out to dry there. He's got Double D, Dave Douglas right behind him. Jason Holdsworth was not wasting any time. He's going to go down to the inside. He's going to be a sitting duck on that inside. You see everybody up on that outside. But further on back, you can throw a blanket over the back half of this field, jumble them all up, and see who gets the position. Keith Hackney not having a good restart up on that outside. He's going to get shuffled back just a little bit, but now you got 3 wide once again. Tom Freer to the outside. Hackney in the middle. They're getting a little bit tight. Keith Hackney backs out.
Run, man. Today's Tom Freer is high on you. And the space he invades gets right on you. There you go. Look at it. Freer and Holdsworth going at it right there. The 41 in the middle of that Newman-Holdsworth battle. It's worth 6 of 30 for stage 2 in a battle for the lead. Newman has his gas. He goes to second. Newman, the new leader for Lobs Esports.
He said, gotta go, dog. Brad Newman in the new race leader here. Jason Holdsworth in 3rd, Dave-O in 2nd. Then you got Tom Freer locking up P number 4 as it sits right now. Going to be side by side. Jason Holdsworth down to the inside. He's going to get around the 311 of Dave-O. Move him up to P number 2. See if Jason Holdsworth can get some bonus points for leading some laps here tonight at Auto Club. Tom Freer looking down the inside.
And Newman now on the high side. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. And Holdsworth up to second. And now Freer and Dave-O. And Micklemore. Look at this guy. He's up there in the battle. What a change in the top 5 as they work back. Single file. For how long, though? They're back in 1. Micklemore to the inside of Dave-O.
Yeah, the races that I was able to do this week with Josh Micklemore and believe Dave-O, Keith Hackney. Oh, big contact in the back. Hard hit for a Project 36 machine. He's going to get the truck slowed up. Everybody's going to have to dip dodge. The 5Ds is a dodgeball. Everybody gets on around him as he's going to be able to keep the truck going the proper way. But a hard lick for that Project 36 entry. As I believe that was Lawler, if I'm not mistaken.
They're saying it was Lawler.
But back to what I was saying about, doing the racing this week, you really got to have your truck on the edge going around this 2-mile racetrack. Got to stay in the draft when you can, and you can burn up tires very, very quickly if you're not careful. And, definitely something a lot different than what we've seen so far this season. We've had Daytona. We've had 2 sets of plate track type races, and then we've already had our first road course of the season. Now we're going to get to the D-shaped ovals and start getting to somewhere else. Is Ben Faulkner through the middle. He's going to put that position up above Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney kind of fell like a rock, Wes. Not sure if he put the wrong adjustments in that number 6 machine, but not what he wants to see, or maybe save a little bit of fuel all the way for save for stage number 2.
The fence. Project 36 now off the safer barrier. And as quickly as he's climbing back up into the pack, he's now trying to keep his truck off the wall. Wow. David's and Longford. Project 36 up there. And look at Faulkner now trying to get behind Kute now. All this going on now as they work their way to the back straightaway. Newman in the lead.
And one of the drivers that is making his way back up there, that's going to be the number 19 of, or the 19 entry. The number 22 making his way back up towards the front. And then Sam Chapman in that number 101, currently sitting at P number 14, just got passed by the 50. But still a long race, that Vermilion Esports entry, Sam Chapman, just kind of riding around, getting the feel for the lay of the land, just not trying to put himself in a position to where either he wrecks or somebody else wrecks. Is Kute Dow going to go ahead and make the pass on Dave O for P number 6 as Dave O puts himself back into 7th. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with a lot of these drivers, but Brad Newman up to a 0.2 second lead over Jason Holdsworth, and then there's a little bit of a gap between everybody. I mean, it doesn't look like a big gap by any means, but a little bit of draft can go a long ways here at Auto Club.
It really can. As now we look at Angus Lawford right now. A solid run for him. There's Lawford, the Lawford. Yeah, Project 36 is Kute down behind him. Faulkner as well. Look at this now as no, hey baby, here comes the all-time starter of Australian NASCAR. 181 tonight, Jason Holdsworth. He's going after Newman for the lead. It's Lobs and Nitro for P1 going to turn 1.
Yeah, you can see there, Jason Holdsworth trying to stay in that draft as much as he possibly can. He's going to get that left side of the truck in clean air. Going to help him turn through the corners. He's going to get back up on the throttle. Try to get right back up on the back bumper of Brad and Newman, and kind of try to put that truck somewhere where Brad Newman's not going to be at. I know Jason wants to lead a couple of these races, but I think he's just kind of eyeing up the competition as of right now. He's content running P number 2. He knows that he doesn't have to worry about pitting the end of the stage. But if everybody can get lined back up and get side-by-side racing, it could be a very good look at what we're going to see later on in this race. I mean, we've seen the 3-wide. We've seen the 4-wide. We just haven't really seen the 2-wide battles for the race lead. It's been kind of playing chess around the top 10.
You're exactly right. It really has been that way, right? I mean, by the way, midway point of stage number 2 now of this race. Newman, Holdsworth, Bicklemore, Freer, Lawford, top 5. Now Faulkner, Gardner, Davies, and Davis now battling, flip-flopping positions for the top 10. And it looks like right now, Dylan, for the first time in a long while, things have kind of simmered down here a little bit.
Yeah, you know, everybody's kind of got their positions the way that they needed them to be, and now they're just kind of setting in, going to save these tires for the longevity of the run. I mean, right now we got 15 laps to go in stage number 2, so these stages are going to go by pretty quickly as we take a look at the last pit stop info. Everybody going to take 4 tires and fuel, 13-second pit stops. 13 laps. 13 laps since the last pit stop, so everybody going to try to keep these tires underneath them. You can see them all in unison. Going to run the inside lane. And surprisingly, Wes, you know what they say about NASCAR, you know, sometimes when you run the inside, you're going to burn a little bit more tire. You run the outside, you're going to burn less tire.
Oh, yeah.
It's the opposite way. So at Auto Club, you run the inside, you're going to save tire. You run the outside, you're on the throttle more. You're on the throttle quicker. You're going to burn more tire up on the outside. It's just more of a defensive line for a lot of these drivers, but these top 4 have pulled away from the field. I mean, you see it there, Wes, coming off turns number 3 and 4. They're already past the start finish line, and now the second group is just now getting to the finish line.
I'm loving it. Look at this now. As here comes now Mickelmore and Freer. They're trying to gang up on Holdsworth for second. While this goes on, Rob's Esports Farmhouse #1, the Chevrolet of Newman. Brad Newman is pulling away from everybody now. Defending Truck Series champion. And I'm understanding David Lawler with issues. He is out of the race as well. What a tough break there for our buddy David Lawler from Project 36. He's out. Jacob O'Reilly, by the way, 9 laps down. His 37 trucks took the green. 35 are still on track and on the lead lap here.
Yeah, going back to that David Lawler thing as we were going through the field, it just looks like either he got a bad bump from somebody behind him, kind of sent him up to the outside wall, and then with the trucks and the update and this track altogether, I mean, being inside the Sim West and actually racing on this racetrack, and just like you've seen in real life, the backstretch is super bumpy. If you catch somebody bumping them at the wrong time, it's going to send your truck into a bad spiral. As we got a pass for the race lead, a new race leader is going to be the number 8 of Jason Holdsworth. He's going to view it on the outside. Mickelmore is going to look to go with him. As Holdsworth, for the first time here tonight, he's going to be able to lead some laps if he can keep ahead of Brad Newman. Going to cover off the run that Newman's going to have. Jason Holdsworth up to the point here at Owl Club.
Yeah, what a job, man. How about you? Getting it done. Man, I think about a little California love, a little Tupac whenever I get to come to this racetrack, man. That's right now, Holt Newman. And Mickelmore pushing Newman. And look at now Holdsworth, man. Jason Holdsworth, a share of good luck, but bad luck as well, man. Hopefully that bad luck will turn around for the number 8 tonight. He can be able to find victory lane, Dylan.
Yeah, you can see there Josh Mickelmore keeping the air clean on that number 31 machine. He's getting to the outside of Brad Newman. He's had enough pushing him. He's going to try to make a move on the number 1. So move 31 of Josh Mickelmore up to P number 2. Newman sliding up just a little bit, but still going to be able to get clean and clear off turns number 3 and 4. And here comes Tom Freer. So a 2-for-1 special on a Brad Newman. Brad Newman goes all the way back to P number 4, but that's actually kind of a textbook move there. You know, they made it work in the corner. Everybody didn't try to fight each other to keep those positions. Brad Newman backed out of it, slid back in line, and they didn't really lose a lot of time on the next group.
Under 10 remaining, by the way, in stage 2. For the most part, a couple of cautions earlier in the race, but it's actually really calmed down. And I think the smart strategy for Brad Newman here for Lobs Esports is to back away, right? Dylan, fall back. This is the smart thing to do. Still plenty of racing left.
Yeah, especially with, like you said, a lot of racing left. It's not the last laps of the race. It's just the last couple laps of the stage. 8 laps to go in stage number 2 to be exact. And you can see it there. Like, these top 4 have just kind of pulled away. And then behind them is just Calamity back there. I mean, just like last week at Long Beach, you had Calamity Corner with a U-turn. You look at everybody back in the back. They're trying to get every single side-up position. Oh, big slide job by the number 1 of Brad Newman. That could have ended badly for the 1 and 41, but 41 read that perfectly, seen him, checked up just a little bit, did the crossover, and 41 of Tom Freer down to the inside for the Synergy team. He's going to be able to get around Brad Newman once again. Both going to be running the tip-top, high, wide, and handsome. Move him back to P number 3.
Time running out now, 7 to go. It's Holdsworth up top. There he is, one of the drivers for Nitro. By the way, big thank you to Nitro. If you want to throw that out there on the graphic, our Discord. CT Electrical, Nitro sponsor. They're a part of the They're a part of the Australian NASCAR X Series. Nitro is on the truck. But big thanks again to our buddy CT Electrical for the Thursday deal. But, man, this would be a good run for Jason Holdsworth if he can get that Toyota up in the front spot. Coming to 5 to go, Dylan. This time by when they come to the line.
And, with the way that Jason Holdsworth's been running, especially West last season, right? With Holdsworth having those untimely wrecks towards the end of the season, taking him out of the championship hunt, you got to be kind of feeling good about yourself now. You're leading. You got fast equipment. Johnny Taylor building the truck sets for Nitro Racing, and you got to feel comfortable with what you got.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he went from the middle of the field up to the front. He's doing what he's got to do. And, he's not really looking in his mirror right now. And me racing with Jason a lot, Jason likes to have fun and just keep the kind of pressure down on himself. He doesn't really want to think about it a lot. As another nice little battle towards the back is going to be Griffin Gardner making his return this week, is Brandon Faulkner up on the outside, not going to be able to get the pass done, as Clayton Davies trying to get around at Kute Dow, just not able to get it with the Bussies, number 55.
Everybody, sideways in the truck. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's an awesome gas station. Really? Oh my goodness! All of you Aussies, you need beaver nuggets with your Vegemite sandwich, literally.
Yeah, see, we don't even have a Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. We don't have one near me.
Oh my God, y'all are not living.
We don't even have a Bojangles or Zaxby's or anything like that.
Hurting my feelings. 3 to go.
We got Raising Cane's, though. We got Church's Chicken.
Cane's. I get chicken anywhere I want. I cook chicken. I cook my own chicken. Raising Cane's. I got chicken, So I like chicken, though.
Yeah, Tom Freer's actually coming on pretty strong, but look down to the inside. Another strong run by the number 31 of Josh Micklemore. He's going to look to take over P number 2. He's going to be able to get clear of the number 41. He's going to get clear of him. Tom Freer going to go down to the inside. Micklemore elected not to try and block the run for the number 41. 2 laps to go in stage number 2.
Look at Tom Freer, synergy on the bottom. Nitro trying to get a 1-2 if you're Micklemore. And he just got split by the 41. And now look at this now. Look at Newman. Waited patiently. It's time to strike. Ready to cash in for more stage points. Here comes the Locks Esports number 1 of defending champion Newman, climbing 1-2 spot. 1 to go in stage 2 at Auto Club out of 4.
He's going to be able to get clear of Josh Micklemore. He's going to be right up behind him. Josh Micklemore is going to go down to the inside. Final lap here of stage number 2. And just a nice little battle for P number 3. And then you got a nice little battle for the stage win with first and second. But I don't know, Wes. I think Holdsworth is going to run that defensive line up on that outside, so Tom Freer can't get the run. But going down the backstretch, looks like Jason's got it all figured out. He's actually going to go down to the bottom, protect the slider line. But off turns number 3 and 4 is going to be Jason Holdsworth with stage win number 2. Or stage win for stage number 2. Second is going to be Tom Freer. Third is going to be Brad Newman. And fourth is going to be Josh Micklemore. Fifth will be Griffin Gardner. Sixth is going to be Angus Lawford. Seventh, Jamie Davis. Eighth is going to be Ben Faulkner. Ninth is going to be Clayton Davies. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Sam Chapman.
There you go. That's the way it'll end up, as those drivers will all get stage points. Where is my truck at? What happened to Keith Hackney, man? Yeah. It's my truck. It's got Piggy and me on the back. All right, he's 19th. What in the world? Somebody tell Hackney to, it's time to time to rock it to the front, man, for sure.
Yeah, I was
No,
about to say, him and Dave O
Buc-ee's is
fell
awesome.
back.
Dylan, Buc-ee's
Pretty
is awesome,
quick.
man. They have some delicious breakfast sandwiches, the burritos, the beaver nuggets. The beaver nuggets are great. Telling you, man, you Aussies need to come to America and get Buc-ee's one time in your life. I will. I will try chicken salt. Dave Douglas is hooking me up. Well, it's got to get through customs first, right? It's a tough time in our country with tariffs and all that, So, I mean, Dylan, I got to get you some chicken salt, man. A little chicken salt is what I was told. I'm told put that on everything after it's over with.
I'm not. The one thing I'll never try is Vegemite. Nope, I'm out.
Vegemite sandwich? Oh, come on. Why?
No. I'm not. It looks like tar.
Oh, there you go. Put it all over Miss Piggy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
No. I'm not. No.
Oh, my God. I love y'all. That's all I got to say. It's the highlight of my day at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So can we start a new thing like radioactive just for the broadcasters?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Vegemite on Miss Piggy, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And here we go. This is also the halfway point of the race also. 125 laps, 63 down, 62 to go.
Now, the Aussies, they got the Vegemite and all that stuff, but my pregnant girlfriend put me onto this new thing. She's got pickles with mozzarella, string cheese, pepperoni, and salami.
I bet you get a bad case of damn hiccups after, probably too, man. My goodness.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really good. It is really good. I didn't think I'd like a pregnancy craving, but I mean that's just like hot Cheetos and cream cheese.
Wait a minute, your girlfriend's pregnant, or your friend, your lady friend's pregnant?
She is pregnant. Yes.
Are you the daddy?
I am. Yes, I am.
Wow! Holy cow, man! I guess there's something in the water in Indiana.
Yeah.
Tell her to try peanut butter and pickles.
She eats that too. She's been craving pickles like crazy.
There you go, man. I'm gonna tell you, women. Johnny Taylor says the F is wrong with you, Dylan. Run, Dylan, run! I'll get AI pictures on trucks with this Piggy, but you damn sure bet I ain't gonna get nobody pregnant.
Hey, man,
been there, done that. Got an 18-year-old son, so you enjoy it, buddy. Hey, listen, in all seriousness, when you're in that hospital and you hold that baby for the first time, I promise you, your life will just, everything changes. A little Dylan.
Well,
Y'all take care, brush your hair.
We don't know what we're gonna have. We don't know what we're having as of yet. We'll figure it out here soon. We'll give it a couple weeks.
It'll be a baby, Dylan. It'll be a boy. I promise you. It'll be a boy.
I want a boy, but I wouldn't be mad if it was a little girl. I'll call her Little Dolores.
There you go. If you did everything right, pardon the pun, angles and such, you'll have a boy. It'll be a boy. Baby boy McDonald.
Yes. Well, we'll see.
I was trying to be very professional in the way I said it, Dylan.
All I had to do was just, hug Miss Piggy on the back of a truck. We'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. That's right, baby. Look, take it from the guy getting his man peg rubbed by Miss Piggy, okay? I approve this message.
Taking a look at the Australian NASCAR Truck Series CT
what do you think?
electrical season schedule is going to be Las Vegas next Thursday. And then you got Darlington on the 26th, and then you got Talladega on the 2nd with Rockingham a week after Talladega. So 4 more racetracks. You got 1.5 miles, 2 1/2 back to back. Then you got a plate track and then Rockingham to follow. But get ready to go back to green flag. Race is going to be Brad Newman and Jason Holdsworth leading these drivers back to the green flag. Barney's waving it in the air. Everybody going to be going up to full song, getting up through the gears. And going down into turns number 1 and 2, Brad Newman and Josh Micklemore are going to have the advantage going into turns number 1 and 2. Holdsworth going to be stuck on that outside. He's going to try to get down right behind Micklemore for the time being. Micklemore is going to slide up to the outside to help Jason Holdsworth, but back in the back, still 3 wide as top 12, top 13, all single file.
I'll cover now, by the way. We haven't really talked a lot about the weather conditions here, but in the mountains of California, partly cloudy right now.
See a lot of drivers getting outside
that
wall.
was so badass, man. Partly cloudy, 68 degrees sim temp. Track temperatures right now at 82, 83. 60 to go.
See everybody kind of doing different lines all the way in and throughout this racetrack. Beautiful camera angle right here. This is one of my favorite camera angles that one of the broadcasters can get, you know, with the different camera angles that Rubion sets up for the iRacers here, especially for the broadcaster. Jamie Davis having a little bit of connection issues. Going to be blink of an eye down up on that outside lane here at Auto Club. He's going to be able to get in front of Davo in the number 311 machine. And Josh Micklemore all over the back bumper of Brad Newman, currently sitting P number 1 and P number 2. Jason Holdsworth still sitting P number 3. So top 3 has not changed since the start of the the final stage. But behind them is just a hornet's nest. Everybody trying to get back up there towards the front. Davo trying to get his number 311 back up here. He's already back up to P number 5 as Davo down to the inside, going to make that pass on Griffin Gardner. Griffin Gardner. There we go.
Understanding Davis having a lot of blinking issues, and if it continues, they might have to remove him from the server. It's down the back straightaway, man. Wow.
Oh, wreck in the back. Nigel Seidel gets turned around.
Oh, Nigel! Oh, no, Nitro!
No, Nigel Seidel. I was just getting ready to say what a run by Nigel Seidel so far. And right before that happened, I seen Nigel get hooked. He's going to go down to the inside, and when we caught him, he was up on his side. But replay brought to you by CT Electrical. Good night. See what happens to the number 69 machine. See the truck behind him getting in the outside wall. And everybody dipping and dodging. Oh, Trent Lavelle. Is that Trent Lavelle? No, that's not Trent Lavelle. Trent Lavelle drives a Jeff Burton Excite scheme.
The lightning truck, man. Yeah, that's the. Oh, wow. Oh, well, Nigel, come on, Nigel. Poor Nigel, man. No, that's not Nigel's fault. Come on, don't blame it on him. Whoa! Oh. Look at that. He flips it up and over, and then he barrel rolls a couple of times. Let's go on board with our buddy, the dairy farmer. I got to go.
That's Brad Wright, number 19. Oh, we could go on board with the 19. The 19 had it all.
Do it. I got to go, Nigel. We got cows. Look at this.
From the movie Twisters. Love to see it.
Another cow. Actually, I think that's the same one. Whoa. Look at this. Over the hood. He's over my hood. Like Tomater said in Cars. Look at this. Oh, man. And what'd you say? The 19 had a good view of it.
Oh, yeah. He was up on the hood of the 19 of Brad Wright.
Yeah, Brad Wright. Let's see what it was like for Brad Wright, man.
Oh, is that Matt dancing in the number 30? He wasn't dancing no more.
You should be dancing, yeah.
All right, look at Brad Wright. I believe I can fly. Oh, wow.
Now what Nigel Seidel wanted to see is Nigel.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, man. Look at Nigel. There's our buddy.
Look at the cows. I gotta go. We got cows.
The dairy farmer is what I call him in that John Deere Green.
Oh, that's
Tunnel
Aaron
Vision
Dorman.
69. Is that Dorman?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
253.
And then nowhere to go for Wright.
Insert the
Look at this.
Ricky Bobby
Barber
clip.
just barely.
Oh,
You know what?
I'm in the air.
Dean, go on board with Matt Danson. That'll be a fun. Not Danson. My apologies. Hang on a minute. Who am I thinking about?
Holy
Curtis.
cow. No
Riley
pun
Curtis, I
intended,
think
but
it was,
man.
93. The 05 of Barber. That's who it was. My bad. The 05 of Barber. Go on board with him. He's in 19th. Ryan Barber. This will be a fun view. Watch this. This happened right in front of the windshield of Ryan Barber. Look at this, Dylan. Hang on. Look at this. I mean, yeah, what a way to drop. Oh, look at that angle. Holy cow, I told you. I told you it's going to be awesome.
That reminds me of Matt Crafton's wreck at Daytona.
Yes.
The way that he went up and over and landed on somebody's deck lid and then landed on all four tires. And
Or it can remind you of Cars whenever he beat, Chick Hicks and he went from the wall, jumped over the car, and landed and beat him and won the race. Yes, the Piston Cup. He did what? His cup.
well, I can say now, since Nigel's got the cows on his truck,
Yeah.
we can officially say those are shaken and not stirred.
There you go, baby. Shake it before you bake it.
As Ricky Bobby once said, "Oh no, Lucius, I'm in the air."
I'm flying through the air now. This is not good.
So Brad Newman was able to regain the race lead and keep the race lead before that caution came out. Dave O able to get himself back up to P number 4. So you got 3 Nitro trucks in the top 3 as it sits right now. Keith Hackney back in P number 6. So 4 Nitro drivers in the top 10 as it sits right now. Dave O and Keith Hackney dominated stage number 1. Jason Holdsworth dominated stage number 2. Stage number 3, getting ready to go back to green with Brad Newman and Josh Micklemore, the top row
green flag.
for the restart. Beautiful restart on the bottom for these two. The 8 and the 1 back at it once again. All over the back bumper goes Jason Holdsworth of Brad Newman into turns number 1 and 2. Do we see more 3 wide into turns number 1?
What's going to happen down the stretch, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe. Highline Broadcasting. Check it out. And hit that bell to keep up with all of the live content. Down into turn 3. By the way, Newman and Holdsworth, 2 separate teams. Colors of the trucks look a little bit similar, but they're one's for Bob's. And look at Newman back up in front again. Holdsworth, he's down, back to second.
Yeah, 53 to go in the final closing laps of this race. As it's Holdsworth, Micklemore, and Dave O. Hackney now making his way up to P number 5. Ben Faulkner looks like he's coming out of pit lane. I believe that's who that was down on the inside, but 2 wide all the way down the backstretch, looking to be 3 wide going into the corner as a caution flag is out this time by. And it's going to be involving the 67 of Trent Lavelle and the 777 of Kelvin Clark.
I think Chris Blakely might have got a piece of it also.
No, so, Dean, there's a little thing that comes up on the top right. It tells me who goes off track and who's got a meatball flag. So that's how I knew it was Trent Lavelle.
Yeah, you're cheating. I don't have that stuff. That's not fair.
Listen, I'm broadcasting on an iPhone right now. That's how I can see it.
Oh, wow. Where is he seeing this at? I'm not seeing this. What tab?
So you're going to see here,
I normally look at something called events on SDK, and it'll tell me who it is. So,
oh no, the truck that was coming out of pit lane is going to be an innocent bystander for Trent Lavelle. A little bit tightness coming up here. Dave Douglas. kind of met right in the middle. Both drivers going up, going down at the same exact time. Dave Douglas going to be able to get away from that truck down on the inside.
Look at Faulkner.
I came in like a wrecking ball powered by CT Electrical.
And for millions, Faulkner just got plowed in the back. Literally.
Oh, and more drivers getting hit.
I came in
All the way in
like
and
a
through.
wrecking ball. Ah, damn.
There you go.
Trent Lavelle said, "I can buy myself flowers. Thank you very much."
There you go.
But no, so
Two
since
totally different
Dean
people. Wait a minute.
shares
Katy
his
Perry
camera,
yeah. Wrecking Ball. Are they the same people? Look at this. CT Electrical.
so Dean shares his camera and he shares his screen. I go to the camera one. That's how I can see the standings and see everything on there. So that's how I kind of keep
I'm
up with it.
confused. I am looking with the one that says CT Electrical. That's the one I'm always looking at too, but I didn't see anything
Yeah.
like that pop up on my end.
Oh, see, on mine it was like a little box
And I
that just
have
said,
SDK
off
that
track
has
Lavelle and
yeah. Okay, well, good. Maybe I had that. Maybe the other box was blocking it. Maybe that might have been what it was. Is it in the top right, Dylan?
yep.
Well, that explains it. That other box that I have is blocking it. So that's what it is. So I have to share two screens, one for the audio with the truck noise and the other one for the raw feed of the monitor. So I've got the live feed and then I've got the raw monitor audio feed at the same time. Well, it's got a little small square up on the top right. So, yeah.
And then he got his
explains it.
Tesla screen as the third.
Dylan, don't talk with your food. Mouthful of food, Dylan. Yeah,
He's eating the.
Yeah.
Well, me, I'm not eating.
I meant Dean. I said Dean. I'm sorry.
I was saying, I'm not eating. I'm over here drinking Mountain Dew.
Dylan, yeah, damn. Mountain Dew. Hey, speaking of Mountain Dew, Dylan, did you see where they are coming up with a dirty Mountain Dew cream soda?
Yeah, dirty cream soda.
Nasty as oh my God! What are you doing, people? Leave sodas alone.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Oh God, you're nasty. Oh my God, you're horrible, Dylan.
No, hold on.
I'll have some pickles and nasty, dirty Mountain Dew cream soda.
Hey, listen. When I go to Taco Bell, I get the Baja Blast, but I get the dirty one with the vanilla swirl in it. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Trying to make me sick at friggin' 6 o'clock in the morning. Exactly.
Listen, when you have a pregnant girlfriend that gives you all this stuff, you're going to learn to love a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that you wouldn't think, like hot Cheetos.
You're happy. I hope it lasts.
Hot Cheetos and cream cheese. You got Oreos and cream cheese. You got everything.
So like she's got some weird taste buds too. You know, just getting started.
I don't know. She's been craving pickles like crazy, so I went out and bought the 5-gallon jar of pickles for her.
Jesus Christ, boy! Wow.
I bought her that, and then I went to the butcher shop, got her some salami and some pepperoni freshly slit, and then I went to the store, got some string cheese for her. She's been devouring it ever since.
Yada, 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 yada.
I'm like, just give me some green onions, some budding ham, and some cream cheese. I'll make a roll up. I tried getting the pickle spears. She told me no. Take them back and get the full pickles.
Back to green, full
I did
here.
take them back, yeah.
76 of 125, 50 laps to go, under 50 to go. 49 remaining. Newman, Holdsworth, Chevrolet, Toyota, front row, back underway at Auto Club. Big thanks to CT Electrical. Oh, I see it now. Black flag, black flag. And that damn box was blocking it. I moved the box now.
Not a good jump for the drivers on that outside. Brad Newman going to hurry up and cover that outside. 3 wide back into the corner. Looks like they're going to be able to get it sorted out as of right now, but Brad Newman going to be under heavy firepower from Jason Holdsworth. And Jason going to give Brad Newman a nice little shot down the back stretch. And then now Keith Hackney looking to make a 3 wide, getting around Jamie Davis. Jamie Davis going to get stuck in the middle lane, but Keith Hackney going to try to get around Josh Micklemore, hop up in line and get behind another driver to keep that draft going. As it sits right now, Keith Hackney not able to get to that top shelf But now here's where they come on strong. Keith Hackney looking to take over P number 2.
And look at how the chaotic racing's got in the back on the restart too. But under 50 to go, you know they got to get the go button. And look at 3 wide in the back. Look at this truck in the middle. Hang on there. Is that the 50 of Clayton Davies? Yes, it is. Look who's back up in the battle again. Jamie Davis and Griffin Gardner also.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers trying to get their wits about them. Not a lot of these drivers are doing a lot of the oval stuff. A lot of them just do the road courses. So just doing the straight oval is a little bit different for them. Trying to get used to the throttle inputs, the steering, the braking, whatever the case may be. But still, doing what they need to do. Is the 2 lonesome Nitro drivers finally back up here towards the top to join the other Nitro drivers in the top 5. Keith Hackney and Dave O finally cracked the top 5. So it's Newman, Holdsworth, Micklemore, Hackney, and Dave O. Your top 5. 4 of the top 5 are going to be Nitro racing engines.
And I'm loving it. And look at Newman now holding off Holdsworth and Micklemore. Hackney, Olgin, Zach. Olgin Zach, the man from South Carolina, Dave-O. And look at this, Davis. Where did he come from? Here comes Project 36. Jamie Davis now getting ready to make a run for these guys out of 4. Here he comes up top. But we're understanding he's blinking again. So that's something we gotta watch.
Yeah, definitely not what Jamie Davis wants to see, with a bunch of network issues there. We would show him on a stream, but you're gonna have to see from a distance due to once we jump over to his truck, it'll kind of make the cameras go crazy. So you gotta kind of admire from a distance. But Jamie Davis put himself back up towards the top 10. Still sitting P at number 6 as it sits right now. He's going to be getting ready to be side by side with Griffin Gardner. He's going to be down low. 2 Project 36 machines going to be up on that outside lane. Jamie Davis right there, the number 92. Then you got the 52 of Angus Lawford on that outside. 2 Project 36 machines on the outside. Griffin Gardner down on the inside. Trying to make something work here is Angus all the way up to the top, trying to get something to work.
Unbelievable. Look at Lawford. Here comes Gardner on the bottom. Griffin Gardner. Nothing stops a Ram. He's bragging about the new Ram truck of the 93. And that's their new marketing slogan. Nothing stops a Ram. And that, well, it says it. Nothing stops a Ram. The 93 of Griffin Gardner. Again, I just said Griffin Gardner is joining Keith Hackney in the top 10 in a Ram. Nothing runs like a Ram, stops Ram. That's their new marketing slogan.
As long as they can dodge that, their tow mirror, they'll be all right. But look at it right now. Brad Newman still with the race lead. He's got a little bit of an advantage over Jason Holdsworth. Getting a little bit of a gap. Looks to be about a truck and a half gap length between Holdsworth and Brad Newman. Everybody in the top 5 going to be single file, not going to be trying to stretch it the way that they need to go. Pit stop's going to be on a rise here up here soon, as green flag pit stops could make or break your race. I did a green flag pit stop this week, Wes, and I got that black flag, just a little something. Then I decided to, not know how to use my brakes and slide through my pit stall. So that was my one and done kind of moment on that week, and I just never touched Auto Club ever again. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
You off, didn't they?
No, I just, kind of forgot what I was doing. I haven't raced in a while. And yeah, you go to a track where you don't use brakes until you go to pit road. Yeah, no, it's not fun. 0 out of 10, do not recommend.
I think, yeah, brush your hair. As Dylan always says.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the shade being thrown. I'm not that old.
I'm the one that's older than he is. Come on now. By the way, everybody out there, Aussie mates and ladies, show some love to Mr. Finkelstein Hopkins. He celebrated his 50th birthday. 50th birthday. He said, who's your daddy? Respect your elders. There you go. Grandpa? Santa?
You gotta blow the dust off your arms there, Dean.
Yeah. The man, the myth, the legend. He said, Dylan, I can brush my hair. Okay, you take care. I can brush my hair.
Listen, I got a lot of facial hair, so I can still comb my facial hair. Okay, so we still got that going.
You like one of those dynasty nights there with 40 to go here at Auto Club? Yeah, or 80 miles left in the race. Are you like a dynasty night? You got like the long beard, like a little ZZ Top thing, Dylan?
It's just not super long. It's just super bushy. I'm gonna get a bush
okay,
right
there you go, bushy. There you go.
The best way that I could put it is
Sharp dressed man, my foot.
okay, so it's not Jace. It's the other brother. I can't remember the younger brother. My beard's like this. No. You got Willie, Jason,
Phil Robertson. Phil.
No, not Phil.
On Duck Dynasty, the Robertson brothers?
Yeah, you got Jace. You got Phil, or Jace, Willie, and what's the other brother's name?
Oh man,
I can't remember it. But
it's the Robertson brothers. I know that. What is it? Sadie? No. There's John Luke. No, that's the son. Oh, you suck. Who is it? It's Alan, Jason, and Willie and Jim. One or the other.
Brad Newman able to keep the race lead as Keith Hackney. Down to the inside, going to try to take over P number 2. But Brad Newman able to stay in the race lead. A lot of battling going up here in the top 5.
I'm loving it.
Dave O going to try to go through the middle, not going to be able to get it done. Keith Hackney going to try to keep over second place, but now he's going to be left out to dry down on the inside.
All right, so Dylan, back to the Dynasties and what kind of beard you have from Duck Dynasty. It's Alan, Jace, Billy, and Jeff. I think you're Jeff. There you go. And I hope you Aussies do watch Duck Dynasty. I hope you do. Loving it.
So Dave-O down to the inside. Keith Hackney still going to be side by side. Josh Micklemore going to stag the wall on that outside and going to allow Keith Hackney to get a little bit of a run. And here comes Dave-O. He's going to be able to get clear. He's going to be right up on the back bumper of Brad Newman. Look at him file on down there. He's going to be side by side, door to door, bumper with the number 1. He's going to give them all the room to the lead. Is now the 311. Give that lap led to Dave-O in the 311.
Oh, it's on, everybody. Watch this. And still plenty of racing left, too, by the way. I mean, I just want to clarify on that. I mean, we're what, 35 miles to 35 laps to go? I mean, any of these guys can come up here and win. Look at Dave-O. Look at my truck. Here comes my truck. Here comes Steve Hackney. He wins. I get to split the winnings with him, okay? I get half of it. Wesley and Piggy Motorsports. There you go.
So Dave-O going to be able to get clear of Brad and Newman this time by in it now. We're going to see Keith Hackney up on the outside. He's not going to be able to do it. Braden Sagasser going to be in pit lane this time by. Going to take that number 97 in for some more repairs or even possibly some fuel. As we are now kind of almost in that pit window.
Yes.
You probably go about 34 to 36 laps on a tank of fuel. As now,
The new graphics, man. I love it. In the
is
big
Aaron
Aaron
Board.
Board. Yeah. I see it now. I see it. Box.
Folks.
I'm loving it, man. Dave-O and Hackney. The Americans are ganging up on the Aussies again. I am a real American. All right, Dave-O and Hackney up there, 1 and 2. And I do think that we're going to see green flag get stopped if we stay green in this race, though, Dylan. And it's going to have a lot to decide how this race is finished.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And you see Aaron Borg and Sagasser going to the pit road. This could be a little bit different for the race leaders. Granted, they were up towards the front, but still, once these leaders go down into pit lane, Wes, if they all don't go down at the same time, if let's say Brad Newman goes in the lap before the two front leaders of Hackney and Dave-O and Hackney got to go in the next time by. They don't want to lose any more time than what they're going to lose while they're out there. They want to make sure that they get into pit lane before Brad Newman comes out of pit lane and get up to full song. Every single lap that they stay out while Brad Newman pits and gets out on fresh tires, they're going to lose a lot of time. So pit stops definitely going to be one of the things that you really got to watch out for and see who's going to do the undercut.
I'm ascended, as you mentioned, right? I mean, yeah. We're understanding from people that are saying that Dave-O is done saving. He is ready to take this thing to the win. All right.
Oh.
Fight over the last piece of chicken. There you go. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. What a bounce back for Clayton Davies. Walford on pit road. More people are pitting up top right. Gary Bellman is in.
You see it there, 3 more cars down in the pit lane. Is everybody going to go whizzing by that camera angle, going to shake it before you break it?
Talk to the cameraman. They're walking the camera there. What are you? Shaking the cameras, man. He's shaking the camera angle.
Well, shake it more than twice.
Here, old
play
man.
it with.
Birthday's over, okay? The day of celebrating you. Dean's birthday bash. There you go.
See, that's the difference between me and Dave. My birthday goes for a month.
You remember the last race, the last year, we had the freaking debate of, yeah. What?
Well, you see, my birthday's at the end of March, so I get a whole month.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is just the way I do it. As now, looks like Brad Newman got a little bit loose. Almost got into the front end of Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney's going to run that outside.
Let's keep an eye on what Sagasper's doing and watch and see what he's got doing. I'm loving it, man. Yeah. Climb. Over 37 trucks started this race. We're down out of under 30 to go.
With Keith Hackney,
real loose. Micklemore right behind him. Their teammates right there, Dylan.
The teammates running super hard, trying to get as much as they possibly can. Clayton Davies stuck in the middle. Not a good position where they want to be. Clayton Davies up to P number 4, putting it to him, showing him like, hey, you know what? I can do everything that you guys are doing. I can keep it clean as well, putting on a good show in the middle. He's got a little bit of help. He's going to ditch his help. It's going to be 3 wide down in turns number 3 and 4 once again. as Jason Holdsworth up to the top, and here comes Angus Lawford through the middle, shot out like a cannon. And here's where you're going to see the difference here, Wes. The new tires versus old. Angus Lawford making his way around these lead lap cars as clean as possible.
Going on to the end here, closing in on 25 laps to go. Aaron Borg, Blaine Dinsley, Dave O, some of the fastest 5-lap averages of climbers now. And Dave O back to the lead. The man from Charleston, South Carolina, up in front. Look at Gardner and Mickelmore. Very weird line. As whoa, one truck shot the gap way up there. Oh my goodness, there's Wellman, Gary Wellman, baby, trying to get something going up on the top side. The St. Talladega Daytona, the Blaine Dinsley, Simbar, $1 to help him. Man, Dinsley said, I'll join you, I'll help you. And look at that. First, he gave the green 25 to Wellman right there, Dylan.
Yeah, really good run by the number 45. He's going to go ahead and catapult himself all the way up towards the front. Blaine Dinsley going to go ahead and give Griffin Gardner a little bit of a bump at that number 93 machine. He's going to get all the way down to the inside once again. But it's all Dave O towards the front. He's got a little bit of a gap over Brad Newman, almost a second gap. Then you got Keith Hackney and P number 3, Holdsworth in fourth, and then you got Davies in P at number 5 as Timo Blundell into pit lane this time by, but new second place possibly is going to be Keith Hackney. Not going to be able to get the pass done. If he can stay side by side with him going into turns number 3 and 4, you could potentially see a new second place runner, but not going to be able to get it done as of right now. Going to go back down to the inside. Built like a Dodge Ram, looking to make that position. Not going to be able to get clear. He's got to eye up that run one more time.
I'm loving it. Yeah, look at this. Brad Newman is ready to make a move down to the bottom. By the way, if he pulls it off, it's around Dave O for Lobs Esports. That would be the second win now for Lobs Esports this week. Remember, NASCAR, 3-time V8 Supercar champion of the Aussie World from Auckland, New Zealand, Shane Van Gisbergen, yes, SVG of Trackhouse NASCAR. He ran for Lobs Esports on Tuesday night in a Phoenix race, and he won. Dylan, he started 32nd and went on to win the race. Blaine Dinsley on pit road now.
Yeah, everybody doing what they need to do. Looks like Chooch going into pit lane this time by now is everybody. You can see there the old tires, new tires. Everybody trying to do what they need to do. New tires getting around the lead lap drivers as cleanly as possible, but everybody doing what they need to do on the racetrack.
Dave O is in. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the cavalry and those kaleidoscope of colors boxing for the final time here. Aussie mates and mateys at Auto Club. This is it. And green flag pit stops will jumble up the scoring pylon as well, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely going to shake up a lot of different things going into pit lane this time by. And that's going to give the race lead over to Bleakley up in P number 1. Kelvin Clark in P number 2, the 777, is going to be 4.5 seconds back of our race leader as of right now. But with 20 laps to go, anything can happen. And there's our race leader right there. Bleakley doing what he needs to do. Believe Bleakley already has pit, so he doesn't have to worry about pitting anymore.
Hey, can we give a shout out? Mick Marshall, I know it's a little bit late than ever, 45 minutes ago. I'm finally seeing it on our social media. But can we give a shout out to Mickey and Rocket watching from Melbourne, Australia, please? Thank you, Mick. Mick Marshall, Melbourne, you guys rock. Enjoy the race. Thank you for being a fan of the Australian NASCAR series. Craig Michael Deacon says LFG. Let's effing go. Hackney and Keep Hackney. That is a sponsor of mine with my, my side piece, Miss Piggy, that Kermit didn't know about. We covered. We covered, baby. That's all I'm going to say. We covered.
Now, you know, what I do want to kind of see now, though, Wes, is, Davo is 21 seconds back. So Davo's sitting in 8th place, 21 seconds back of our race leader. There's 19 laps to go. He's got to make up a second a lap in order to get back to the race leader. But he can't have lap traffic battling him too hard. As now he's 20 seconds. Got around Kute Dao fairly quickly. But how hard does he really want to drive this truck and possibly burn up the tires trying to catch up to the race leader?
There you go. Rocking and rolling. Under 20 to go, everybody. As Dave-O. Olchinsack from Charleston, South Carolina. Simbar, not Simba, going after Wellman. Got around Wellman. Look at him flying. You know what, Dylan, Dean, this reminds me of the NASCAR race we did last night, the playoff cup race, remember? At Vegas. And what our buddy Jeffrey Johnson III did, having new tires at the end of this thing, he rocketed to the front. That's what Davo's doing right now, Dylan. Tires are what wins races.
Yeah, going through turns number 3 and 4, there's a little bit of smoke off that number 093 of Riley Curtis.
He is flying
and doing 2 seconds a lap over the leader right now. He's currently sitting 5th on this racetrack. So
here's
there's
the
definitely
thing, Dylan. He doesn't want to overuse his tire because you can push and push and push too hard. You get there and you ain't got nothing left. So you still, even though you're in stealth mode to run down the leaders, you got to conserve.
Yeah, I mean, with the pace that Davo's running as of right now he's going to have a clean track. He's going to hurry up, get around Lawford. He's running down below the apron, still 2 seconds faster than the race leader.
Bleakley and Clark are going to have to pit any time now, Dylan. You're right. Lap 74 was the last time those guys boxed. So there he is. Dave-O, Olchinsack, is back up in front. He climbed all the way back up to the front again to find daylight. The pole man 2 spots away, but he knows Chris Bleakley and Kelvin Clark, the 22 of the Triple Crazy Sevens, they got to pit. They got to box, Dylan. So right now, if you're Dave-O, hold your position. You're in P1. You know you got this race won.
Matt Danson in the pit lane of this time by. And looking like Trent Lavelle's going to go into pit lane as well. So more drivers going in is meatball flag for Aaron Dorman. Not sure what happened to the number 253 machine, but he's got a meatball as of right now. Nigel getting a meatball as well.
And here comes one of them. Chris Bleakley's in. Will Kelvin Clark follow? David Lawler with the meatball flag, and there he goes. Kelvin Clark is in. So here we go. Bleakley and Clark are in. Look at Dave-O. There he is down to the line. 14 to go. 2 miles at Auto Club each lap. He's got it. He's got 28 miles to win here. He's already 2 seconds over Angus Lawford. But Brad Newman just got around Lawford, so keep an eye on the 1. You don't want to do that, though. Dave-O, you don't want to hit the wall, Dylan.
Yeah, not something that Dave-O needed to do is hit the outside wall. I mean, he didn't hit it a lot or hit it hard, but more of those hits to the wall is really going to slow him down. He's going to lose that second gap that he's created over Brad Newman. Is Kelvin Clark with a black flag on pit lane. Not what Kelvin wanted to see, is he's going to have to serve that black flag. But the wall here at Auto Club West, it's that wall that just kind of, once it grabs you, it doesn't want to let go.
Well, let's look at this now. Lawford, though, guys, falling back. He's 3 seconds now. And Brad Newman, and there goes my truck. Yes, sir. Come on, Keith. Win it for Piggy and me. Well, show everybody. And there he goes. For second. Get up there, Nitro. Get on the high horse. Yes. There it is. I want to thank this Piggy. Sorry, Kermit. I think she likes white better than green.
12 to go.
Keith Hackney able to make the pass on Brad Newman fairly easily. Brad Newman didn't really give up too much of a fight there. He's thinking, hey, you know what? Keith Hackney's a little bit faster than me. We can come on and get him up in front of me. We can draft up, get to Dave O, see if we can't make our way up to Dave O and try to put a 1-2-3 together.
Let's remember this, okay? So Dave O and Hackney are both from Georgia and South Carolina, right? So you're exactly right. And they are getting up at 4:30 in the morning, whatever time they do, like we do, to broadcast this Australian NASCAR series. And Keith Hackney and I have a sponsorship together where he took one of my profile pictures. I didn't know that until today. Me and him will have a discussion. He's avoiding me because there will be fines and penalties from Outland Motorsport. But anyhow, Dave-O and Hackney are Team USA. They're from the United States, and they already got wins apiece, don't they, Dylan? I think so. Yeah. I mean, Hackney's trying to go for his third win on the year. He struggled on the road course last week, but he's bounced back. And on the oval tracks, if Hackney wins for Nitro, 3 wins in 4 races to the number 6. And that is why my face with Miss Piggy is proudly on that track.
Hey, you know what? It's bringing Keith Hackney some good luck.
Let's clarify.
Ooh, Wes,
Kermit.
you spent some money on that one.
It's Kermit's ring.
No, Wes, I think you bet some money on that.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
I think Brad Newman used up his tires, Dean. I hate to break your heart, my friend. He's losing ground. He can't catch Hackney, and he can't catch Dave-O. Hackney can't catch Dave-O either. Need to go. 16 miles remaining. Oh boy, Dean's cheering on Brad Newman. He's saying Dean Hopster. Yeah. I love how you logged out of Highline in the YouTube and used your own personal YouTube account. Don't make it obvious Highline was rooting for him, right? He is in third. Dylan, Dave-O's gone, man. Dave's in another world, brother. Dave-O is history. Bring in SVG for the trucks.
That would actually be a pretty cool sight to see, watching SVG get into a truck and actually run with these drivers and see what he can bring for the truck. Obviously he had a really good race Tuesday night with the Xfinity Series, and now he's, got prior obligations with marketing and everything over at Trackhouse and getting ready for the next race at Las Vegas this coming Sunday in the Cup Series. But
Yes.
Dave-O currently leading the battle for second is going to start heating up here once again as Brad Newman has caught the back bumper of Keith Hackney. Jared Gilbert into pit lane this time by, but it's not for anything. Here is we have 6 laps to go at the end of this race, and a little bit of smoke down on that inside, and that's not what Dave-O wants to see. Is a caution coming out within these last couple laps.
Yeah, Dave Olgensack, by the way, Olgensack, his 13th career start for the Australian NASCAR Series. He has 2 career wins already, 4 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. I mean, this guy is looking for his 3rd win in the series.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We've had 3 Americans race in this league. Me, Dave-O, and Keith Hackney.
Nobody else?
Well, Johnny Taylor, that builds the truck sets. I think me and Johnny Taylor are the only ones that don't have a race win in the truck series. My best finish was Bristol 2 years ago to Brad Newman, and then I finished 2nd or 3rd at Texas after moving Dean Powell out of the way.
Okay, wow. Dean Powell, ka-chow. Look at this, Newman and Hackney going at this for second, by the way. Brad Newman, by the way, got a podium with Shane Van Gisbergen the other night at Phoenix, and now trying to have another solid podium finish. Trying to run down me for second.
Hashtag Bad Brad, run him down.
Yes.
As Brad Newman trying to find a way around Miss Piggy and Wesley Outland. As, you know, right now they're just walking down the aisle, you know, hand in hand.
Phenomena.
They got everything they need. This is Brad Newman following the tire tracks
our
of
producer
Keith
in our
Hackney.
ear just yelling for the Aussies, man. It's like a go Aussie, go Aussie, go Aussie. Jump that kangaroo, man. Jump, beat the pig. Come on, you kangaroo, get it done. 2 to go. Nothing stops Ram, and that is Hackney making his debut in the Ram truck, and he's got Dave-O. There you go, Dingo versus the Ram. We need a kangaroo to jump across the palm trees on the backstretch. What do you think? By the way, okay, Sagaster got shanked at this race. Oh, man, Third Eye Pilot Services is not happy. Tough break for Sagaster. A couple of laps down. But nonetheless, here we go. California love. White flag in the air. Dave-O. White flag, final time. Hackney Newman battling for the bridesmaid spot. Last lap at Auto Club.
Yeah, last lap for Dave-O, turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Dave-O came on really strong here for the 3rd and final stage. Gets through turns number 1 and 2 nice and easily. Battle for second still heating up. Does Brad Newman give Keith Hackney the bumper? But turns number 3 and 4, it's going to be all Dave-O down to the inside. Kelvin Clark going to let him go on by. Or Sagaster going to let him go on by nice and easily. Brad Newman's not going to be able to get there. Off turns number 4, Dave Olenjak from Charleston, North Carolina, is going to get his first career win this season. In top of the leaderboard is going to be Keith Hackney in second, Brad Newman in third. It's going to be Jason Holdsworth rounding out the top 4 with Griffin Gardner in 5th, Josh Bicklemore in 6th. 7th is going to be Sam Chapman. 8th is going to be Clayton Davies. 9th is going to be Tom Freer, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be Scott Rankin.
Hey, come on now. Now, Dylan, we normally give the unofficial results later, man. Don't give the full finishing order.
No.
By the way,
I only do the top 10.
He is not from Charleston, North Carolina. He's from Charleston, South Carolina. Get it right. There's a Charleston. It's Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah. And he gave you hashtag fake news. He's from South Carolina. Charleston, South Carolina. Dave-O, burn it down. He'll now pick up his 3rd career win. My truck, I ain't got nothing to be mad about. Hey, me and Miss Piggy and Elmo too. Look out, Kermit. We forgot about you. He'll finish second. Nitro, 1 and 2. Lobs, Brad Newman, another third for the week. Join Shane Van Gisbergen on Tuesday in the X Series and the trucks tonight. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston, South Carolina. Congratulations.
Sit there, Dave O, putting it in victory lane down there. The 19th hole, victory lane. Fuzzy's Ultra Premium Vodka. I think they got a golf course. Doesn't Auto Club have a golf course on the inside, or was it near?
Oh, no, that's not. Indianapolis has the golf course.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Let's burn it down. Hey, Auto Club at the books at the end of the 2-mile track. Man, I miss this place in real life, right? You know, got Kyle Busch won the final race there with RCR a couple of seasons ago, and after that they shut it down and then ain't been back. 250 miles at the end of 125 laps. 8 green flag lead changes with 5 different leaders. 6 cautions for 18 laps. I'll take that. Very exciting race. A lot better than Tuesday with all the yellow flags. Griffin Gardner up 24 spots for the hard charger for Eclipse. Lobs Esports most lap sleds go to Brad Newman with 56. He'll finish third overall. Josh Micklemore, a former X Series champion, was the fastest lap. And Dave Olchinzak from the pole, the man from Charleston, South Carolina, picking up another win, his third overall of Australian NASCAR competition. Here's the results here at Auto Club. So Dylan already mentioned the top 10, but he'll do it again, and now it's official.
So the official results here is going to be Dave O and P number 1. Second is going to be Keith Hackney. Third is going to be Brad Newman, rounding out your top 3 podium. Fourth is going to be Jason Holdsworth. Fifth is going to be Griffin Gardner. Sixth is going to be Josh Micklemore. Seventh, Sam Chapman. Eighth, Clayton Davies. Ninth is going to be Tom Freer. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Scott Rankin for Vortex Import.
11th on the grid tonight, we'll find Angus Lawford from Project 36 Nitro and Riley Curtis 12th. Sim Boys and Gary Wellman. Sim Boys, what a run for them in 13th. Aaron Borg and Andy Barber top 15. Brandon Chooch Griffiths, at least he's able to finish a race today. He struggled as of weeks late. Project 36 will finish 16th. Troy Davidson, Ryan Barber, Timo Blundell, and Chris Bleakley for 1-9, your top 20.
21st is going to be Blaine Densley. In 21st, 22nd is going to be Jamie Davis. 23rd is going to be Darren Robb. 24th, Dave Douglas. 25th will be Kute Dow. 26th is going to be Braden Sagasser. 27th, Kelvin Clark. 28th is going to be Matt Danson. 29th, Jared Gilbert. And running out your top 30 is going to be Trent Lavelle.
Rest of the finishing order, we'll find, of course, Blaine Densley. No, that's your top 30. Hang on. I guess he can't show any more than that. There we go. Okay, 31st, we'll find Jacob O'Reilly. Then it's Ben Faulkner. There we are. Jacob O'Reilly, Marty Mitchell, Ben Faulkner, Brad Wright, Aaron Dorman, Nigel Sedell. I got to go, Dairy Farmer. We got cows flying through the air. Nigel Sedell was probably the wreck of the night. And David Lawler, a disappointing run for him again for Project 36. Man, my buddy will finish in 37th when the race ends. There you go.
Nice little rundown of the official results. You see everybody up there, the top 3, the biggest movers, everything. But we're going to go ahead and cut on over, give our voice just a little bit of a rest, get these top 3 into the broadcast booth, get their take on the race here tonight, and we'll be right back with the Australian NASCAR Truck Series powered by CT Electrical.
Principal's office for Keith Hackney.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back here
sorry.
with. Oh, I'm sorry, Wes.
No,
My
go ahead.
bad,
I'm sorry, man. I forgot. I normally lead on Tuesday. I jumped all over you, brother. My bad. Go ahead, my friend. It's been a long
All right,
week.
we are back here with our race winner. That's going to be Dave O. Dave, you kind of were all over the place. The first stage, you were up towards the front, kind of staying with everybody. Then the second stage, you fell back and just stayed there until the end of stage number 2. Didn't want to be up in the front. Stayed out of all the trouble that we had in the middle of the race. The end of the race, though, yeah, I don't know what I think you put some nitro fuel in it or something, and you just kind of pulled away towards the end of the race. How crazy was it on restarts and just trying to get away from the side draft and trying to get just the clean air on the front end of that Toyota?
Honestly, it wasn't too bad with how wide the track is and me not being mired back that far. It really wasn't too much of a problem. That first stage, employed some strategy, saved a set of tires, so kept the same set of tires on it until the end of stage 2, which is why I fell back. Planning for maybe late race cautions and using up a set, but we got a set on the trailer still, so use them next week.
Man, I'll tell you what, and it worked out perfectly, didn't it, Dave-O? When you made that final pit stop, were you expecting the long green flag run for the race? I mean, if I think correctly, the third and final stage, it went caution-free, right, for 65 laps. Were you expecting that, and obviously the strategy to rocket to the front the way you did, knowing when to pit, when to exit, and to put this thing in victory lane? Very impressive, Dave-O, for your third win of the series.
Well, I knew from where I started the last stage that I had to get to the front rather quickly, so just to make some ground on the restart and kind of I think slot in 6th or 7th, 5th there, and just kind of hung out there for a while. Knew it was going to, if it went long, I needed the tires to stay on it, so started saving right in there, and maybe 20 or 25 to go, maybe before pits. That's time to go and use the tires up, whatever you can, and I think Keith and Brad got battling pretty good with the pack there, and I was able to just separate enough to barely break draft before pits, and then executed a good stop and had draft broken after pit stops. And with those two battling, even though there's two of them, it was just enough to kind of maintain that lead. I think they chunked maybe 3/4 of a second, half second out of it, just with them being together in draft. But yeah, it was enough to hang on.
Yeah, definitely getting your win here tonight. Kind of setting you up for next week, especially with it being Las Vegas, another high draft track, not a lot of off throttle time, but you were able to come away with the race win here tonight, making it win at number 3, but number 1 on the season here tonight. If there's anybody on that number 311, Dave O, that you want to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, got to shout out to Nitro Racing, all the teammates there. Johnny Taylor for building the setups. They're fast as always. HeFinder.net, ModSquad.info, BMK Logistics. I also thank the admins here for running the series, you commentators for putting on the broadcast, and CT Electrical for sponsoring the series.
There you go. And, man, and what a job, Dave-O. And by the way, let everybody know, Dave-O, you're from Charleston, South Carolina, not North Carolina. You better put the S and get rid of the N, by the way, on your information. Because Dean says it's not his fault. It's your fault. Did you have a typo error? Did you have a little cloud in your eye when you tried to update your stuff this morning or something?
I didn't type that in, but I did put in my name in that SDK app, and it's still spelled wrong. So
it's still spelled wrong.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So the way that you spell Olgie and Zach is OLEJNIZCZAK, right?
Yeah, the I and the N are flip flopped here.
There you go. Flip it around. Got to flip around the I and the N and get rid of the NC. It's the SC. Dave-O, thank you, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's going to be our race winner, the number 311. Going to go ahead and move on over to Mr. and Mrs. Outland with the grandson of Keith Hackney. Keith, able to pull away,
Yeah, you
got
know
the
about that
stage
having to
win.
mention yourself on the way, buddy, okay? Listen. Yeah.
You're able to
She
get
having it more
stage win
easy.
at number 1 away from, after last week with it being a road course. You didn't have your best race, but you got back on the oval. You showed your strong suit. You won stage 1. Stage 2, you fell back with Dave-O for a little bit. And then stage 3, you kind of turned it all
Jesus
on.
Christ. I'll never hear you do this.
What more did you need to kind of break away from Brad Newman, get back into the draft with Dave-O, and try to give him a run for his money to take over another race win?
I mean, I don't know. We just we had a good strategy or whatever with Dave, and that track, there was so much rubber that late you could really see it like inside the truck, and it was just making everybody really tight. A lot tighter than what the officials was last week. So we threw some things at it. Well, I mean, we was okay, but we tightened up a little bit too much, and yeah. And then me and Brad got to battle, stuff like that. We just couldn't get back to Dave. And, it's all good. Dave's got to get one every now and then. To give it to him.
You needed a caution, though, right, Keith? I mean, I think you needed a caution to try to catch him, right? I mean,
Well,
you just didn't get one.
yeah, but then the race would be on because me and him both had a set of tires. So
Gotcha. All right, interrogation time. Okay, How did the concept come about putting me with Miss Piggy and Elmo on a truck? And did Jason Holdsworth of Nitro know about this? I just, I gotta find out if the boss knew about this before this happened.
well, to answer that question, plead the fifth. Um, and on top of that, I told you last week that I was going to put your face on my truck, and I thought about it about 2 hours before the race. I was like, you know what? I got it. This is perfect. Because you always give me hell with Miss Piggy with the first week of the thing. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
Well, I'll find a way to get you back. I promise. Dylan, nothing. Fun times. Good enough for second, buddy, for sure. And I will tell you, that definitely beats putting my face on a modified car back during COVID. It was just a regular picture of Wesley back at Martinsville on a car in an open wheel modified during COVID. So hands down, very creative. I love it, and I'll definitely want some screenshots to keep as a memory of this night. Go ahead, Dylan.
All right, Mr. Keith, you came away with a second place finish here tonight, but if there's anybody on the Miss Piggly Wiggly you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Before I say that, I might put Miss Piggy, Wesley, like in the G string next week. So just stay tuned for that.
I'm going pretty far, man. I don't know how you found those pictures, but how dare you?
But other than that, man, just everybody at Nitro and Johnny and everybody that puts on this league and y'all for broadcasting, Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, and everybody who tuned in to watch.
All right, that's going to be our second place finisher. That's going to be Keith Hackney in the number 6. Going to move on to our third.
I feel virtually violated. Like I really feel like down to my core, I've just been coming virtually violated. I want to file a complaint. I really do.
Going to go ahead and move on to our third place finisher. That's going to be Brad Newman in the number 1. Bad Brad. You had it right there with you. You stayed up towards the front. You made the daring moves that we know that you love to make. No matter what the hole is, you're going to put that number 1 machine into those tight spaces and see what everybody around you is going to end up doing. But you made it work. You were up there in stage number 2 trying to get the stage win off of Jason Holdsworth, but you just didn't have enough. And then there in the third and final stage, everybody was close knit, and then the final pit stop came aboard, and it just kind of got into the battle with Keith Hackney. Were you thinking about the undercut coming to the final pit stop of the race, or were you just kind of doing what the leaders were going to do?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, fun race. No, I wasn't going to undercut. I was just always going to run it dry at the end there and take 4 and see what happens. When I came out, Dave was just a little bit far ahead. So when Keith got to me, I thought the best thing would to be not fight him too hard and see if we could run up to him, but it wasn't to be tonight.
Obviously, you were right there. Did you use the tires up to pushing too hard to stay up to the leaders there when the late green flag pit stops happened in the race, or were they gone? Was there handling problems? I really noticed that also you kind of couldn't go up to the top because, if you ran the bottom, it was more of a middle lane for your truck number 1 tonight. Why was that?
Yeah, I just didn't have the front to go up high, so I preferred it being on the low line, but if I had to move up, the middle was about as comfortable I was being there. But
Gotcha.
it is always the Nitro cars were quick tonight, and congrats to them on the win.
Yeah, you come in here, defending series champion. You're sitting in the middle of the board for the current standings. Las Vegas next week, Talladega, Darlington, and Rockingham, your next 4 races, all the way in and through the schedule. With those next 4 races, which race are you most excited about?
I'd probably have to say Rockingham of those 4. None of them are, I would say, standout favorites, but probably Rockingham if I was to pick of those ones.
All right, well, you heard it here from the bad Brad himself, Mr. Newman, and that number 1 machine. It's been a pleasure having you up here on the booth week in and week out. Can't wait to see what the number 1 Lobs Esports does next week at Vegas. But, Brad, if there's anybody on that number 1 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is now yours.
Just you guys, as always, for putting these events on. Dean Throwoff helping me get the truck going, and the guys at Lobs Esports. Thank you.
All right, let's go to do it for our top 3 in the broadcast booth. 125 laps, the total distance. We got it all the way there. We've seen a blowover. We've seen some other catastrophic failures for a lot of other drivers, but at the end of the day, it was Dave O getting the race win with Keith Hackney in second place. Wes, a little bit of a rundown on how the night went for you. Would you want to see this track back on the schedule next year? Is this one of those tracks that is like a deciding factor when it comes down to the end of the race?
I absolutely. I love Auto Club Speedway, right? The shame to the people that were the architects that decide to demolish and destroy a crown gem. Was I not a fan of Auto Club back in the day when it was first around because it was new pavement? It was hard on tires. It was not a fun race. But as the track got old and aged, the pavement changed. They done the change of the configuration with the progressive banking, right? It worked out perfectly, right? We saw an amazing race. I always told somebody the best NASCAR race ever was the last one that Kyle Busch won. It was exciting. It was entertaining. The truck's here tonight, put on a great show. Ready to see what the X Series will do in a few weeks when they come to Auto Club. And guess what? We're going to Sim City next week. Vegas is just like Auto Club. Progressive banking. It's fun. It's exciting. It's a tri-oval. The only difference is it's 1.5 miles instead of 2 miles. But yeah, man, I love Auto Club. Congratulations to Dave-O. Love seeing the new Dodge trucks in the races here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do on the iRacing sim. They're so unique. They look so different from the Chevys and the Fords. And, man, we're just having fun, rocking and rolling. On to round 5 next week in Vegas.
Absolutely. As we get another look at the schedule here, Las Vegas next week, 134 laps. Darlington, 147. Talladega, 90. And then Rockingham, 200 laps. The next 4 races. Then you got Kansas, Coda, and Pocono to round out the regular season. And then you got the chase, starting with Texas, Watkins Glen, and Dover. Then you go Charlotte, Nashville, and Michigan to round out the season number 1 of the first half of this season. But still, a lot of great racing to go all the way in and through the entirety of this season. But that's going to do it for myself and Wesley Outland up here on the broadcast booth. Thanks to everybody out there that was tuned in and hung out with us. Thanks to Dean Biggles Hopton running the cameras, having fun with us up here on the broadcast booth. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys hit the little bell notification so you guys don't miss anything that Highline HQ has to offer throughout the entirety of the week. But that's going to do it up here for us. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.
Get your girlfriend pickles.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.